All right, so I figured this would be a lot easier for me to actually show you and kind of explain to you about this rock identification lab assessment than trying to do email and explaining it step by step. So hopefully this will help you out with that identification lab. So what you'll need to do is there's a couple different spots that you're going to be needing to access for this assessment for the Rock ID portion. The first thing you need to do is you need to go to Schoology, go to whatever folder you are, Austin or Packer, and then you are going to open week 6. And then within week 6, you'll see that there's this assessment Rock ID lab PowerPoint. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and open that up because you'll need to have access to this. And this is where it's going to have the pictures in some helpful hints, some helpful notes for the rock identification lab. So as this is loading, the other place you're going to have to go to is Schoology. Now, within Schoology, you are going to need to go to your week 6 as well. And then in week 6 on your OneNote is your formal lab sheet. So this is where you're going to be typing your answers from that PowerPoint. Now, in this table, you'll see that the first column is talking about the rock name. So is it like granite? Is it limestone? Is it schist? Is it slate? So it's talking about what is the name of the rock. Your second column, this is going to be your rock type. So is the rock igneous? Is it sedimentary? Or is it metamorphic? And then your third and final column is going to be the ones talking about what clues or what hints did you see from the rock that helped you identify the rock type and ultimately the rock name. All right, so at this point, the PowerPoint should be loaded. And this is what you're going to be seeing when you have access to that PowerPoint. Within the PowerPoint, the first few slides are your instructions, and then there are some helpful hints. These are some clues to what you should look for igneous. These are some clues to look for sedimentary. And then these are the clues that you look for metamorphic. After this slide is your first picture, which is this rock here. Now, I'm going to jump back to OneNote. As you can see in OneNote, our first rock has been filled in for us. We determined it was sedimentary because it has fossils, and then the rock's type or the rock name is limestone. So if I shrink that back down, well, yeah, this rock type has some fossils. It has some kind of sand grit to it. So this is a sedimentary rock. And more specifically, it is limestone. Now, the other part that you're wondering is, how do we know what the rock's name is? Where do we find this information? On OneNote, at the top here, there is a website that you can access that is going to show you different pictures of the rock type. So under igneous is your igneous rocks, under metamorphic is your metamorphic rocks, and under sedimentary is your sedimentary. So we said the first one was limestone. So when we look through here, limestone is one of the options under sedimentary. Now to make your lives a little easier, I went a little further on your OneNote here, and at the bottom where it says Assessment Rock ID Lab, I gave you a word bank of the different rock names that you're going to be using. So for example, number 1 was limestone. So we filled in number 1, we got number 1 done, so we can cross that one out. You are not going to use limestone again. That also means that up here, we have now used one of the sedimentary numbers So that means we have 4 left to pick from. So when you're all done, you're going to have a total of 5 sedimentary rocks. You're going to have a total of 5 igneous rocks. And you're going to have a total of 3 metamorphics. So you're going to have a grand total of that many. Now, the other thing that I did to help people out is I also ended up, to make your lives a little easier, I also ended up filling in that middle column for you when we were online. So if you missed online during that time, I am currently filling the list out of your rock type. So this means this is your middle column. So as I'm filling this out, this will kind of help guide you a little bit in regards to where you should direct your attention. So for example, number 9, which I'm typing in right now, is a metamorphic rock. That means on that website, you should be looking under metamorphic to identify the rock's name. The other thing too is don't forget to write down their characteristics or what features you used to help identify that rock type and rock name. So there's 3 different parts that you're going to be using on that sheet of paper. So this is not going to be on your OneNote. So I would say pause the video at this time and copy down this information here into the middle column here. So notice how number 1 was sedimentary. Number 1 is sedimentary. So you can fill in that middle column. Then from that information, you should be able to use this website and determine what rock you are using. So that is the first part of your Rock ID lab. The second part is you need to answer 2 of the 3 questions. So you need to answer number 14, number 15, or number 16. So you only need to answer 2 of those 3. So that's taking a look at the rock identification lab. If you have any further questions, if you need any clarification, please let me know. However, this video I'm going to end up putting in the folder 8 to kind of help out that you can review. Otherwise, I'm going to send this directly to you in an email if you do ask any questions about this lab. So let me know if you have any questions, and have a good day.